So my name is Gisele Landry, and what I do is I own and operate a bistro. So the bistro has been in operation for 6 years, and it's out in the country in southern New Brunswick. During our busy time, which is summertime, we're about 15 to 18 employees working here. I think that at that time I was really leading with a feeling of scarcity, of uncertainty and fear. Felt like there were a lot of things that I didn't know how to handle. I could see that there were situations, communication breakdowns, holding back from communicating amongst team members, conflicts. And I didn't know how to handle it. I would try to have conversations with staff members where there might be a conflict. And that didn't always go very well. It just felt really polarized. Disagreements, not being able to come to an understanding of one another. On several occasions, the employee leaving my employ, regrettably, because, I always felt like, was that really necessary, or could something else have happened? And I think it was easy for me to feel a bit defensive or justifying, myself, or sort of talking too much and not really understanding the other's perspective. I could see that I was really wanting to get compliance and trying to control the situation a lot of the time. I would figure out what the tasks needed to be, and I would go around trying to make sure that the tasks were done in the way that I wanted them done. And no wonder that I started to get feedback, "You're micromanaging." And I didn't really understand that that's where it was coming from. It took me a while to figure that out. But I could see that as the communication was building, the trust levels were building. So all of those layers really have kind of helped us align a little bit more. And it's helped me to understand when things weren't aligning. Often, so I would wake up at the night and I'd ruminate and I'd be worried and what's going to happen. And so there's a level of confidence now that because things feel like they're not blowing in the wind anymore, like there's some groundedness and some skills that help me feel like we can work through whatever difficult issues there are. And there will always be challenges, and there will always be some conflicts. But it just feels like I'm building the tools to work through those so that we can find ourselves in a better place, so the employee can feel happy about being at work and contributing to the culture here, and I can feel happy about being part of that. I think one of the things that I've learned through the work that I've done for you is that when you ask questions, you actually gain a level of control that you don't have if you aren't prepared or don't understand the value of asking questions, because it's the information that you gain from people that help you understand what's needed next. And I didn't, that's the gem. Oh, I love the adaptability and the flexibility that occurred. So we would meet on a regular basis, and we might have an agenda of what we were going to work on next. But if I was in the middle of a crisis, whether it was big or small, or something came up for me, and you usually could tell because I'd usually be in tears. If something really important was going on, there'd be an emotional component. And just your willingness to go, okay, let's work with what's happening right now, what's going on. And for us to be able to just work through whatever difficulty it was. I just really appreciated that. I want to add one more thing because I think it's really valuable, and that is that clear is kind. And I remember an instant where I had sent an email to an employee, and the way that I was communicating, I wasn't seeing how the judgments that were coming through and the lack of support, and there were no questions. And you were very clear with me in showing me where I had gone wrong or in the wrong direction, or what wasn't being helpful, and it helped me to see it in a different way. And so that was really, really, really important. And it was hard to hear. I could see where I'd made all the mistakes, but it was so valuable. So being able to be clear, and that was a real gift. So you don't hide behind anything. I would say to her, in challenging conversations or hard meetings or emotionally charged decision making, stay with your values. Respond instead of react. And operate from self-awareness, not from self-protection.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And just remember that you're just working with other people, just people, and stay curious.